freeing. And, I find that once I'm able to let down some of those walls, that amazing opportunities present themselves and amazing people come into your life. And I bought a home on the water, and just, the way that this class and Kathy helps you, change your mindset and open to possibilities. It's possible.
Good.
It's
Yeah.
possible. And can we show her the little affirmation?
It's happening.
It's
Not
happening.
only is it possible, it's happening.
Yeah. And that's part of it, is that, the negativity bias, we're just going to celebrate every week, every day, every time we come together on the little things that are showing up, because we gain momentum. Once you start stacking the proof one upon the next, we get momentum, and it's fascinating, the power of intention and focus. So
Sure. Yeah.
Nancy,
Okay.
build upon a little bit about what you were saying, who you are and where you are.
I was just going to say I agree with everything Gina just said. Gosh, who I am and where I am. Susan, it's just a journey. Every day it's a journey. We all have those doubts of we did wrong or we chose wrong, but there's never a wrong decision. And one of my favorite sayings is that helped me along the way was that we create all the lions, tigers, and bears in our life. And when I realized I created that, and that they're there for a reason, and that I wanted them there, all of a sudden I went, well, if I wanted them there, then I must be able to overcome this, because that was my goal. So it just kind of helped me in that way. But you're not alone, and we're excited to share. I'm glad you joined.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Barb, thank you so much for the amazing email after the future self thing. Will you tell a little bit about yourself too?
Hi, my beautiful lady friends. It's good to see you. Thanks for letting us to have this platform to share who we really are. So one of the themes that I hear is self-acceptance, accepting who we really are and what I was created to be. And that's the journey that I feel like I'm on right now. I'm really working at allowing rather than controlling. Oh no, I can't do that. I'm a Catholic girl. I was married. I live in the suburbs. We have to behave this way. And I'm a corporate employee, and we have to behave this way, dress this way, my hair has to look this way. I don't want any of that anymore. I want to go outside all those lines. And I know I have creativity and spirituality and gifts that I've just been afraid to use. I don't even want to tell people about them because they seem so odd to mainline life.
Are you going to tell us? Are you going to share it here?
Yeah. Well, I did. I get visits from the other side. They write letters to people, and I write them out, and it just, I want to learn more about that. I think it's a gift that I'm supposed to share with mankind, but I need a mentor, and I just trust that that's going to happen. Between now and December, somebody's going to come in my life. I've been asking for that for about a year, because spirits behave funny, and I don't really know how to deal with them sometimes. But it's a weird gift. It's a really weird gift.
It's a weird gift.
But you know what?
Yeah, but
they
it's
come
cool.
because they want to comfort us. All of it is about comforting us on this side.
Yeah.
And the wall between that side and this side is just getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And I feel that. And certain geography places, I went to Mexico and the wall was so thin, they would just come constantly. But evil spirits came too. And I didn't know how to deal with all that. So I'm going to learn about that. And so I want to create my life with no regrets. I don't have regrets about my past. I certainly hasn't been easy. I was married to an alcoholic for 30 years, and he gambled and he ran around on me, and I raised kids alone, and we moved every 2 years, and my life was crazy. But that's just my life, and that's what I chose. And Nancy, looking at just knowing that I needed those things to learn some things, and that I can put that in the past. It doesn't have to be my future anymore. I really want to change my future by making better decisions. So This is going to be great. And this has been a crappy year health-wise for me. I had a concussion for 3 months, and then I I was in chronic pain, and then I had a knee replacement. And so this is what, October. I'm going to be dealing with all this through middle of November. Then I'm going to have, you know, this class. And so next year is going to be my year. I just know it. It's going to be a year to really bloom, come out of my cocoon. I have to tell you that I have a doctor's appointment at 2, and I'm getting picked up at 1:20. I can't drive right now because it's my right knee. So I just have to go when people are available. So just know I don't mean to be rude to you guys. Bye.
Yep. And I'm gonna presence my sister, who I'm proud of, because she is not somebody who's wired like I thrive off change and newness, and she's not that by any stretch of the imagination. And so for her to well, she needed to retire, but for her to make the move to Oklahoma was actually quite daring in her world. And she knew one person there, and she dove in big with the 19 acres. So she's kind of having yeah. So thank you. She's not necessarily somebody who's been on the same personal, you know, and spiritual journey that we have been, but I know that she's going to be well held in here. And I think she's kind of embarrassed about not feeling as if she fit in. So thank you for welcoming her with open arms too. And she's going to learn a lot, and all of you are also gifted. So I'm just excited because I know we all come together. It's like divine that there is no accident, that it's us that are together for this journey. So thank you for that. From the last class, we ended with the exercise, the meditation and visualization to meet our future selves, which is one of my favorite exercises. And I just have a funny story. To me, what the future self is, really my big takeaway whenever I do it is to recognize how clear it is, exactly how well you can describe the essence of what it is. And that actually a lot of that essence is already alive and well in us. And so when we can recognize, and Barbie said this in the email, is that that's already in there. Yeah, it's already live. It's here. You know, that's where we get to bridge the gap between, and hello, women, we're so good at judging ourselves when we start making goals. We're so good at seeing where we are and maybe where we want to be. And then all we can see is the gap. And then all those stories come up about how far it is and how we're not able to, and who am I, and, you know, the goofiness. But it's like, oh, no, let's do it the other way. So we're going to create goals or almost this progression coming from that knowingness of this future self that's already strong and capable and willing and can persevere and resourceful and creative, whole and loving and confident and radiant. So that's the girl, the woman that I see in each one of you, and that we're going to nourish over the next 9.5 weeks that we have together. The other thing is that she can be your best advisor. So in the first time I did this, Andrea was a lady who was going through it, and she was coming out of a marriage, a long-term marriage, but her thing was she wanted to meet Mr. Right, because she felt like she had been, you know, without love for a long time. So she really wanted love in her life, and an opportunity came up for her to join a high-level dating service. Now, Andrea was a massage therapist, so she's not super flush with cash. And the price tag on this dating service was $9,000. So it was steep. But her future self immediately was there and said, this is how I did it. And so beyond all reason, beyond everybody else's best advice to say, are you nuts? She chose to do it, and she met a phenomenal guy. So yeah, they are living together already and kind of unofficially engaged. And in the new year, they'll be getting married sometime. So yeah, but that level of trust of just like she said, this is how I did it. So if you're waffling about something like, you know, one of Nancy's outcomes is she's got amazing gifts along these lines too. And she wants to start putting it out there in some way, which right now we might not have a whole lot of clarity about it, but maybe there's a workshop, or Gina's good at this, like the local Reiki shop, has something, and she checks in and goes based on that intuition. But if we recognize that it's actually our future self, I like to think, you hear the saying that we're spiritual beings having a human moment, but we don't put that into practice every day. It's like, we're spiritual beings. We're just in this human spacesuit, but tap in, use all that divine self that's available to us all the time. And I like how Barb said about what the spirit world would want us to know is to comfort us, like everything is going to be okay. So I just love that aspect that you shared, Barb. What I'd like to do is throw a celebration party right now. So you got to know your future self a little bit, and I want to hold, and maybe it's a retreat. In 3 years, we're having a get together at Nancy's place, the Enchanted Gardens, down in Dolores. We're all there, and we're celebrating. It's 3 years in the future. And tell me about your life and some of the things that are happening that you want to celebrate. And if you want, I'll go first.
Well,
So it's like,
I believe I'll be fit and trim and pain-free.
And pain-free.
And I'll be retired, and I'll be doing work that I love rather than what I have to do.
Wait, back it up. So you're talking like I will be. So here we are. Barb, oh my gosh. We're all coming together. We're doing the group hug, the high five thing. Barb, you look fabulous. What's your secret? You're all fit and trim. What's your secret? Tell us what's going on for you.
I just learned how to listen to my body and to love every inch of it, instead of saying I'm not good enough. It's not right enough. I'm too chubby for this. I am too round here. I'm too flat there. I'm just going to love myself. I'm on that path.
Awesome. Did I hear you wrote a book? You started all this channeling, or what do you call your gift? How you've been
journaling? I journal, but I get visits from the other side every day when I journal. My goal would be to put that down in a daily meditation book, but I need time not to be working.
Okay,
to do that.
In 3 years,
but when I go to my future self, that's not in there.
Which isn't?
My writing is not in there.
Okay, so what is?
I manage a retreat with my husband. It's a ranch. This came to me 13 years ago, and she's still there, saying, "Don't give up." 13 years ago, I thought, how in the world? I looked great. I looked slender. I had on riding boots. I had horses. I had this huge kitchen. Very, very vivid. But I just thought it was a dream, because how in the world did I get from where I was 13 years ago, post-marriage, to there? But now I see it. It's going to be that. That's what I'm going to be. Maybe I'll channel. Maybe I'll write a book. But what I'm really doing is I have a place of rest for those who enter.
Wonderful.
That's been one of my all my life.
That's awesome. Yay. Yay. All right. So Nancy, thank you for hosting us for our get together. The place is awesome. I love it here. What's been happening these last 3 years?
I have to start with this is the way I start my manifesto, actually. So this might fit. I don't know. I'm getting used to this, Kathy.
We get to practice. This is our practice zone here.
Right. It's like, wow, isn't this incredible, you guys? What a run we're all having.
Yeah.
Tons of breakthroughs, countless miracles every day we're all experiencing. Isn't this fabulous? Stones overturned, doors unlocked, new journeys beginning for all of us. What an amazing journey. What amazing life we're all discovering. Like that?
Yes. And have you are you planning to expand your place, or one of your goals, you said you're going to start using your gifts more, how might that look in 3 years?
Oh, and by the way, the book that I had wanted to write has been written, and we have several people that are looking at it. So it will be expanding many different.
That's weird. A commuter. All right. So the book, I didn't hear you after you said it'll be expanding.
In many different ways, many different.
Wonderful. Good for you. No wonder you're so radiant.
You.
Thank you. Gina, you want to go next?
Sure. Let's see. I have a big, beautiful house on the water, and it's a gathering place, a creative place. I paint, I write, I design jewelry. I became a time waiver med practitioner, so I do vibrational energy medicine, and I get to travel around, meet people, and help people. And my beautiful partner is in my beautiful kitchen right now. We're busy making a feast for everyone for later. And I have a few pets on my property, a dog and 2 cats. And I'm fit and trim. I no longer have any pain. I just have fallen in love with myself again. I love moving my body. I walk, I ride my electric bike every day. We go for all kinds of outings. I have an RV and I travel around, go on road trips all the time around the United States. And I've been to Europe a couple times and spent some time in Italy and Portugal. And we just have so much abundance and so much love, and life is just wonderful. And I look forward to every day.
Hey. Oh, good one. Good one. You feel that. Susan, do you have a feel enough that you could dive in? I want to.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I can try.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nancy's wife and is it Gianna? Yeah, who just went.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I should allow my imagination, or yeah, then more things would come. I totally related with Barbara because my spiritual gifts, I've always been extremely psychic, but because of how I was raised, they told me how wrong it was. And so I've had to hide it or numb it or not feel it or hear it. Sometimes I allow it. I mean, lately I've been allowing it more so I could help myself. So I guess I just want to feel comfortable in my own skin. Like I'm not weird. Like that's a gift and I should be able to have it and not feel bad about it, and share it with others or help them. So basically, and I would just like to be able to feel somewhat normal and myself and let my light shine would be mine. I think I had another, or listen to my intuition more, learn not to numb myself, and that's basically.
So how about a hottie? Would in 3 years from now, do you think you'd have a hottie in your life?
That's usually not a problem, but they have to be
a good one.
They have to be the ones I pick are all chaotic or so I need to know how to pick like healthy. Healthy. So I need a healthy relationship would be awesome. Yes.
Stable hottie.
Yes.
Emotionally mature hottie.
Right.
And I want to dive in too because I think it's fun. So La Femme Salon has just blossomed. We're doing retreats, some of them down at Nancy's place. Barb's going to be opening up a new place too, so I get to do this. But people from around the world have come together, and it's flowing effortlessly. They're filling from one to the next. Everything in my life is just flowing. The guy too, similar to you guys, have got a space up in the mountains. We've got 15 acres, and we had to build like little cabanas because everybody kept coming and they wouldn't go. So we built them places, little places they could stay a little away from this main house, but it's gorgeous. Wait till you guys see it. We've got some horses and dogs, and travel. He mountain bikes. We've got trails right out back. So yeah, the travel's been great. We just did got back from Australia, and the Healy is the other thing that took off. So I've got people from all over the place, and we can go and visit them, and it's part of business, but it's like the biggest heart-centered group of people you'd ever want to meet, and everybody's just got the best intentions for themselves, their family, the impact they're making on the world, and it's just so incredibly, I don't know, just so blessed. So yay!
Beautiful.
All right, a little celebration. It's happening, ladies. Yeah, so the flow of the weeks will be Monday's kind of like the tee up with new concepts. Part of my intention with this is that a lot of times, and hello women, we're so good at judging ourselves. So the intention with this is really for us to become what it is that we're looking to become. So rather than like just adding more and more information, like we all have plenty of information, the information that we really need right now is that space to tap into the intuition that's going to put all the pieces that we've got into place in the way that makes sense for us. So we're going to do more of the chipping away of the things that don't serve us. We're repacking. It's almost like we're going on a rocket ship ride. And like I said before, that, you know, the terminology that's come out with the pandemic is kind of cool, of having the non-essential things and the essential things. It's like, or in Colorado, I mean, we've got some of the fires around, and you start thinking about, you know, what is it that you would grab? What's in your, what do they call it? I want to call it the boogie bag. I don't think that's what, bug out bag. Boogie bag, whatever. You can grab your bag, whatever type you like. What would you put in there? When you start getting real about what you would require, it's surprisingly little. So what we're doing here is we're going to rewrite our past a little bit. When you get clear on the future that you want to become, and the things now that no longer are pertinent to that story, it's like, okay, so, you know, I dated an alcoholic for however many years, like, it's not part of the story anymore. I did it, and now we're going to pick some of those pieces and create new meanings that actually are supportive of the direction that we want to start heading in. So next week we're going to dive into some of the story bit, but really what I wanted is to tee up for this week is just some practices. So we'll continue to deepen the work on the manifesto. And I like to think of the work that we do, because we're all in a state of becoming. It's an evolution. Like, we're never going to be there. So it's not like one day you flip on the light and it's like, oh, I'm my radiant future self. We're continually evolving. So this is a practice, and this is a safe circle to bring your practice. You know, it's going to be messy. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to be, you know, maybe still jaded from the past, but we're going to bring it here. And in the sacred circle, there's alchemy going on. We're going to hold it in the highest light, and the stuff that doesn't serve to strengthen and uphold your vision is going to melt away. So, I'd like to hear if anyone, you just had it Monday, so you might not have gotten too far with it, but Gina, I think you mentioned that you've got your manifesto, made some decent progress on it. That could you share?
Yes, I'm excited to share, which is different for me than the last couple times. It's been really confusing and overwhelming, and I've complicated it. So I have the benefit of you know, some past work, and I did a lot of writing after the future self exercise on the three areas from the I guess that was the fire starter exercise. So I had a lot from there. So my final manifesto is it's entitled just now, Becoming My Supernova. Um, so I value my opinions and I speak my mind with confidence. I wake up feeling rested and grateful. I take action every day to create my most beautiful, juicy life. I have an inner knowing that I'm capable of anything. I live fearlessly with gusto. I get joy from moving my body. My endocrine system is working perfectly. I honor my body with healthy, nutritious, delicious food and drink. I have an abundance of energy. I know that all that happens is for my soul's expansion. I feel loved, supported, valued, and accepted. I'm comfortable being my most authentic self.
Ooh.
I'm confident and enthusiastic about my relationship with money. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I'm comfortable receiving money for sharing my gifts. I'm confident in the value of my talents and knowledge. I have a supportive core group of friends, and we're in regular contact with each other, and we have a blast together. I easily let go of people, places, and things that no longer serve me.
Oh, yeah, mic drop.
Bam.
Wow, wow, you did a lot of work. I'm proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
And how does that make you feel just even reading through it?
It feels good, and I was able to make it a lot more succinct, so it's going to be really easy to read. Like I wrote it several times and then shortened it so that it would be easier to read 3 times a day, and it feels energizing when I read it.
It was energizing to listen to. And what I love about the way we come to this is that you've written it based on, some of the old things, and you've written some of the new things. So every single one of those lines is absolutely believable. Like, I can do that. There's no resistance, internal resistance to having that. It's not like we may be there necessarily yet, but it's like, you know what? I can see, like the friends that you're having a blast with. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in this new environment and I've met a couple cool people, and it's happening. So good.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, because before, when I wrote it did seem like, oh yeah, that sounds great on paper, but yeah, it all seems doable when I read it. And that feels really hopeful and positive. So thanks for pointing that out. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, so powerful. The way I do mine, I read each line 3 times and then I go to the next line and do it however you want. But for me, that really helps me like to memorize it. And you just like allow it to, I think of the 9 trillion cells that we have in our body. And I want to infuse each one of those with the knowing, okay, guys, we're all on the same page and we're, supported and uplifted by friends and family, kind of a thing. I'm whatever, each one of those statements is infused in my body. It just becomes the operating system. So it's interesting, and we'll touch base again in a couple weeks on how people are feeling as far as integrating that. It's pretty cool. Good job. High five.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens when I read this every day 3 times. Can't wait.
Yeah. And, to echo what Gina said, is that this didn't happen just with one sitting. This is something that evolved for her for, the first time. She wasn't quite in a headspace to dive in and do it. So honor where you are, and you stretch from where you are right now. And ultimately there's going to be a time, it's almost like stretching a muscle where there's resistance. And then one day it just like kind of says, all right, I'm not resisting anymore. And you can lean into it, and the clarity comes. So that's the space that Gina's just gotten to. That's so beautiful. So thank you for sharing and uplifting all of us, inspiring us.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Does anybody else have a couple of statements or anything towards your manifesto that they'd like to share? Go Nancy, go Nancy.
Okay, well, a lot of what she said already. Awesome. Thanks, Gina, for that. That was wonderful. So mine is, what an amazing and joyful, fulfilling life I'm living. Everything is unfolding perfectly in my life. I prioritize myself and I practice radical self-care. I embrace and nourish the body I'm in, and I'm brimming with radiant health. I am living a vibrant, rockin' life. My life with Tom is like a dance filled with fun, love, and romance.
Oh, I love that.
That's been on my vision board for years and years, and it is true. But I leave it there because it's always fun. And Tom is in my life, for those of you who don't know me.
And he's been there a couple of years too, right?
23. I had the vision in Sedona, came here, met him, and we've been together ever since.
Wow, awesome.
Amazing story. That's actually what one of my first books are going to be about. I am powerful beyond measure. I love that statement. I've had it for a long time. There is a great value that I add to the expansion of the universe. I love speaking my truth, and I love being an uplifter. Every day I get closer, and every day life gets easier. I think that's years, Kathy. Every day I enjoy the journey because I know the destination is certain. I'm a sunrise surfing goddess and a mountain hiking mama. I am comfortable and confident, empowered and inspired. My power is restored, and I am on my throne. Crazy, sexy me, I've become a magnet for my freedom, for my fire, and my fulfillment. Prepare all systems for transformation. My time is now.
I love it. I love it. I love the words that you came up in, some of the metaphors. Say that last line, that the transformation systems.
Prepare all systems for transformation. My time.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too. You just uplifted every one of us here, so you are an uplifter.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good. Love it. Love it. Miss Barb, how do you do?
Hi, everybody. Mine are more actions than becoming, I think. So you can help me with this if I need to change it over time. So kind of with work, I've left corporate life with great joy and relief. Income, I have abundant, overflowing income, not dependent on my own doing, but on my being. And I share with mankind this abundance, more than I can ever think or imagine. My training, I'm working with a psychic to mentor me in my gift of seeing, so I can use that gift to comfort mankind.
Yeah.
And friends, I have strong, supportive, fun-loving guy friends and girlfriends who allow me to soar, who will love me into my future. And we walk next to each other and not being led by each other. I have a lot of friends that like to lead me. Tell me what to do.
I'm the
Improve me in
youngest
some
in my
way.
family, so yes, I know.
Yeah. Okay, so this is about romance and love. I have an exciting, fabulous man in my life who desires a committed partnership, relationship with me. He loves and adores me, and I him. And body image. I have a rockin' curvy body that I love and accept every inch of me.
Ooh.
And health. I'm fit and trim. I love to exercise and nourish my body, and I listen to what my body needs and do it for my body. My daily outlook, I'll have gratitude, joy, and ease in all opportunities and things and people in my life. Family, I have a loving, supportive family that loves to spend time together, nurturing and laughing with each other. And I'm divinely guided, and I trust where I'm going.
Nice. Nice.
Beautiful.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. And as we start doing the practice of repeating it, like it'll massage itself. Certain words will drop in, or you'll find, oh, there's a juicy word, like the transformation systems. I love that. There'll be something, it's like, oh, I'm gonna pick that up too. And so it evolves, and just like we do. So there was nothing to correct, or everything was stated positively, and you are good to start rolling with that one, baby.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. And was it hard to get to? Like, what was the process?
No, I started working on it last week, really. And all these things came into my knowledge. But I did all the practices that you said, and owning my power and getting on with was the easiest way for me to do it.
Yeah.
What I used to be and what I want to be now.
Yeah.
So it has to do with doing more than being, I think. I don't know.
I think you had a
Maybe.
blend of both there, really. And you'll calibrate into what is the right, way to express it for yourself. So this is where we start, and we'll see, in another 10 weeks, maybe something completely different, or you might be rock solid with what you got.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's perfect for right now. Very cool.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both Nancy and Barbara, really, yeah. Really good. Good stuff.
Yeah. And Susan, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if there were just a couple things that you wanted maybe to beg, borrow, or steal from some of the things that you've heard. She only got roped in yesterday. So.
Yeah, I didn't do one, but I definitely loved and wrote down, I like the I am powerful beyond measure.
Yeah.
Whoever said that. Barb, I relate so much to Barbara with her psychic abilities and the mentor, I would like that also, to find somebody that could lead me or teach me, a little more in that area too. Whoever said I have abundant health, I struggle with too, and I'm sure that's just stress. And having the strong, partners and friends that actually, do guide me, or don't, I won't let them walk all over me, or, but more, encourage me, I guess. Yeah. Is what. Yeah. So they were all great, but I'll work on, my own too, and meditate on it, but.
Yeah, and so we'll look to see how it's blossomed over the weekend, and we'll come together at noon on Monday. So we'll get to see how it's come together, which brings us to kind of a poll here. So it would be nice to be able to share certain things like this, because there's words or inspirations that we might get from one another's manifestos. The last group was people who were on Facebook, and that was a comfortable enough way to do it, is just to create a group. Would people like to do that, or should we try, like an email sequence, or I don't know. I know Gina.
I don't do Facebook at all.
Okay.
But I'll do whatever you guys want to do. I just don't have to participate.
No. We want to where that we all feel comfortable doing it. And Nancy, I'm guessing that you probably aren't on Facebook either.
Actually, I am, only so I can see all 17 grandchildren grow up. But I really don't like Facebook.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if there's a different way that we can do this. There's an app that I just discovered called Voxer, and it's a walkie-talkie app, but you can text, or you can record a voice message too, and create groups. And that would be another way that we can share stuff like this, because there's definitely some juicy stuff I want to steal from you all. And again, it's cool because we can continually find stuff that speaks to our heart and brings it alive. And so these are live living documents for us. So that'll be my homework assignment. I'll figure it out over the weekend and let y'all know something. Like Voxer is is it an app? So I don't know if it would be on our phone. I don't know if that's comfortable for everybody, or if you'd prefer something PC, computer based.
Are
I
you
would,
spelling VOX?
Yeah, VOXER.
Okay. Okay. That would work for me, but yeah.
Okay, Nancy, what were you gonna say?
the computer is much easier for me than my iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a group email would be good.
I agree with that. If we can somehow all communicate that way. I can type a lot faster on a keyboard than on my phone.
Oh yeah. Thank God for the dictation thing, because yeah. And if you guys ever get emails from me that make no sense, it's because I've dictated it and Siri decided something else. So I'll apologize in advance. I'm not, yeah, my fingers and those little things don't go along so well together. But all right.
Because I really
Yeah.
like too, I got a lot of value out of sharing, like I think you shared some video clips, and some people shared some books, and like I got turned on to Panache Desai, who does a meditation every day, and I shared that, some stuff that I like. I find that to be really valuable.
Yeah, I know that there's some different things popping up other than Facebook. So that'll be, like I said, I'll definitely make sure that it's available on the computer and the other way. But I do like the visual aspect of Facebook and how it stores it so that you can go back. That's the one thing I'm afraid about with email, is that sometimes things are hard to find after a time, if you've had a lot of involvement, which is what we want. I don't want it to get lost and challenging for us to find the stuff that we want. So I'll look into that, and I'll let you know come, by the weekend, and we can all put our manifestos on there and dive into next week.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna mix up the order a little bit, just keep Gina on her toes, but also I create based on what's happening in the group. So I hear some themes popping up, and I'll bring some stuff. So I can't really tell you what's coming up. But it's gonna be juicy. How's that? Awesome. So that's really it for today. Oh, and then so I've got two practices. And these are all like optional, like take it if it works for you, and you don't have to do it if you needed time to integrate with something else. But one of the things along the lines of like repacking for this, the transformational rocket ship that we're going on, is to let go of things that aren't serving us. So one of the challenges I did at the beginning of the year was a Feng Shui challenge. And in the practice of Feng Shui, it's about clearing the space for new things to come in. So if you want new friends, like my sister, that would be one of her desires. She had to let go of some old friends to make space for these new friends to come in. When we let go of things, even before, and this is an interesting practice, you have to let go sometimes before you even know what the new is coming in. And that's why some people are adverse to change, because they like certainty. They're geared for certainty. So they know, even if it's negative friends, they don't want to let it go, because at least they know that there's friends, versus creating that muscle of letting go what you do know for something that you feel energetically that you're calling in. So the Feng Shui challenge, there's in the practice of Feng Shui, which is, I think you guys probably all know what it is, Feng Shui, is just the art of arranging things in certain ways to allow the qi, the energy, to flow through the house. And the number 27 is significant to them. So the practice for this week, and I'll let you do the math however you want, whether you choose to let go of 9 things over the course of 3 days. You can do 9 days, letting go 3 items, or if you really want to go for the stretch goal, and I did this for myself at the beginning of the year, and it was a challenge and it was insightful. I did 27 items for 9 days. So that it took a decent amount of time, and it was a stretch, and it was definitely revealing by the end. the stories that I was telling myself about why I needed to hold on to certain things. So it was fascinating. But again, I think it's significant too, to just do like 9 things over 3 days, or 9 days, three items. So that's the first one.
Did we get rid of them for good, Kathy?
Yeah. Yep.
And when you say items, what are you?
Well, it can be anything. So you could clean out, some old pots and pans, or me, I've got, a drawer in my desk that probably has some pens and things like that. So it can be small things, clothes, whatever.
Shoes.
Shoes, there could be shoes. Kiefer's got some extra collars I could probably get rid of. It can be anything. And you might think of it in an entirely different way. Maybe there's a friend to let go. Maybe there's, I don't know what'll come up for you, but yeah, it can be anything. Just a way of clearing, but with that intention, of just everything around us carries energy. So if you've got, oh, and here's something else you can put on the list too. So incomplete projects is something that takes a huge chi toll. So as I'm sitting here, I had a leak in my townhouse, but because it's a townhouse, like the HOA takes care of the outside, but it damaged my wall on the inside. But I wanted to make sure that they were done and they had fixed it completely on the outside before I repaired the inside. Well, okay, that was more than a couple months ago. And I've got this big scab on my wall. So that'll be one of the things that I look to address over the weekend. I'm going to start working on that. I might not get it done because it's probably going to take a few layers, but that incomplete things. Another thing that I tend to do is like in my, I'm short. So, sometimes I've got pants that I haven't worn because they're too long. So like I either need to get them hemmed. If I'm not going to do it, which I'm perfectly capable of doing, but I don't do it, just acknowledge that I'm not going to do it, and either find a seamstress to do it, or if they're not worth it, then release it for somebody else to enjoy them. So what are some of those things so maybe that's a better way of thinking about it, is just looking around and maybe there's like energetic loopholes, or, items that are just pulling you down. It might even just, I think letting go is best. I definitely have 2 closets in my basement that need to just be organized and preened. So I'm certain I could find 27 items in each one of those. But once you got things orderly, it allows the new energy to flow smoothly in. So I'll write that one down. And oh yeah.
So would the unfinished project be like an item, or how on that?
Yeah, just an item.
Okay.
So you might need to balance a pen with a big project. A single piece of paper ain't gonna count. If you're a clutter hound like me, then maybe an inch of paper would be count towards like one item. But yeah, just gotta be fair, like what would be energetic contribution in your world. So then the second one, and this is if you're already doing the repeating your manifesto 3 times in the mirror, and this is kind of a spin-off from Louise Hay, who is a big fan of doing the mirror work, is to, when you're doing that, is at the end, and I've been doing this practice, I challenge myself to do it for 10 days, of taking 10 minutes a day, and you look in the mirror and just be present with yourself. I like to think of it like the tapping affirmation. I love, unconditionally love and accept myself. So I've been doing that, and I've been envisioning like a figure 8 is just the way I'm doing it. You can do whatever spin you're doing it on it, but just to acknowledge yourself, just to look at yourself. And the first couple of days, there's all kinds of things that pop in, from anything of like, wow, is my mirror dirty? To like, wow, look at the the crow's feet and the da-da-da. And then it's fascinating from one day to the next how different the dialogue becomes, and a grace that comes in over time as you begin to see yourself and to truly see yourself and to acknowledge, it's that alchemy in a way of just looking. It's almost like holding yourself in the fire, if you will, and those judgments and the things that don't serve you just begin, I wouldn't say melt away, but slowly dissolve. How's that? So that's kind of an optional add-on if you want to do it. But I would say core would be repeating your manifesto 3 times. And then if you want to join me in this challenge, my friend and I were going to do it for 7 days. And she and I both decided we're going to continue with it because we liked the way we felt. So we're doing another 7 days. So we'll see. So take it for as long as you like. What's that?
So you're looking in the mirror and seeing what comes up. You're not like just okay. No, you're not repeating the love and accept completely. You're just sitting with what comes up, sitting with yourself. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll write both those up and email them to you after the class, so you'll have it. And again, onward.
Thank you.
Yay. And that's a wrap for the day. And Barb's got plenty of time for her pickup. And I love that you said Barb just had a knee surgery. Can you tell me what the day was that you had that?
September 30th. So it was 3 weeks ago yesterday.
That's awesome.
So I was walking without a cane at 1 week. I have the mobility of full mobility already at 130 degrees of a bend, which is unbelievable at this stage. And I know I've been riding a bike since week 1. My struggle is it swells, the joint swells, and that causes discomfort. So I spend 80% of my time lying flat and elevating my leg. So it's made me isolated. And the fact that I'm not driving isolates me. So I was doing fine until yesterday. It was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. I don't want to do any more exercises. I don't want to have any more pain. 3 weeks, I'm done. I just don't want to, I don't want to be in this place anymore. So I had to really work about myself when I was journaling today to just be back in that place of gratitude that I'm healing, that I have less pain now than I did before surgery. And
wow.
I have a beautiful home to rehab in, and I've had people to meet every one of my needs and just go back to thinking positively about it. There's no fun way to stay home for 6 weeks. It's just not fun. For me, I'm an extrovert, so it's hard for me.
Yeah, the pandemic definitely showed me that I thought I was borderline introvert extrovert because I really like my time to meditate, my morning sanctuary and everything. But I'm like, oh, I'm a lot more wired for extrovert right now. And it's been a challenge.
I'm a hardcore introvert, and I've been a little antsy.
Oh, I wonder if there's something going on with the universe. Because when I talk to a lot of people that feel the same way, I kind of think there's something going on.
Yeah, there is.
Things are realigning. Yeah. So.
And there's a astrological report that I read, and right now there's like all kinds of sun conjunctions going on, which is excellent for shining the light on different attributes. So it's cool that what we're doing right now is exactly that, of looking at what's coming up. Thursday sparked unprecedented opportunity for self-realization, revealing the power of our thoughts through mirrored reflection, which is kind of funny. Unleashing our infinite power to shift the story and write a new script. Saturn and Pluto both stationed direct, heralding a new ground within our inner authority to transform and manifest a new reality. It's up to us at the most personal level to initiate changes we seek in the world from within.
Write a new script. I like that.
Yeah, so that's what we'll start doing next week. I might just copy this and send it to you all. That the beautiful thing about realizing our personal power is limitless creative potential that comes from that moment of awakening. The only limitations that exist are the ones we attach to within our own minds. We gain power and authority each time we transform those limitations by consciously choosing our attitudes, beliefs, and responses from the heart. We may not be able to control certain conditions and situations. However, we can choose the thoughts and actions that come. And actually, that feng shui thing, we may not be able to control the circumstances, but what we're doing is clearing the way for new miracles to enter. Moment to moment, we're either we're in reaction and response mode to our experiences, or we're responding to them. In the process, we're often judging or assessing what we like or don't like, usually based on what makes us feel comfortable or uncomfortable and what triggers past memories or of fears or limitations. The Aries full moon reminds us to access original thoughts from the heart and to be the source of pioneering energy. I like those words. Initiating new possibilities through creative intention, even before the evidence is available in tangible form. So I will tee that up for next week because we're going to be rewriting some scripts and step powerfully into that and kind of take a little inventory of all those gifts. Nancy's like brimming over there with all the gifts and resources and good stuff she's going to be bringing to the world. So I know this one's going to really speak to you. And so anyways, that's
Fun, fun times.
it. Good. All right. And Susan, if you need to give me a call to catch up and we can run through some stuff just to make sure you feel comfortable with everything. I'm here for you.
No, it was awesome today, and I enjoyed all the other girls, and yeah, I think
Aren't
it'll
they
be
awesome?
yes.
And so are you.
I'm glad you're with our group, Susan. I'm so glad.
What's that?
I'm so glad you're here with our group.
Oh, well, thank you.
Coming back.
I feel good about it too, because like I said in the beginning, it's so hard for me to ever express any emotion at all to anybody. I have one friend, and she's a mess. But I can tell her things, but she's an alcoholic, so she doesn't always remember. So, but this is
Good. Well, we're here. And we love you, sister. So you are loved and supported here.
Yes. This is our safe space. This is the place. This is the time to open up and
bring your freak flag.
right.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Kathy, and yeah, I probably will call you later, but thank you. Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
Bye.
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 Bye.